Welcome back. All right, so we've got two more games to talk about before we get into the final two games of the night, which are starting up pretty quickly here. And a couple of surprising results here, aren't they? So we're going to start things off with Philadelphia and Calgary. You'll notice I put the Panic Index magnet up there in place of the NHL one because I would imagine we're back into panic country now with Calgary. They had one really good game, though. So anyways, it's Ersson versus Markstrom. Ersson's becoming quite the story in Philadelphia. He is the repellent of the tank, so to speak. So it was Sealer versus Gilbert early, too, which didn't surprise me because Philadelphia, they got a lot of guys who know how to drop the gloves. Flames press at a minute and a half. Pelche has a one that tips wide on a net drive. Anderson's denied from the slot. Backlund has a shot that's held. It was a flat start for the Flyers, really was. The shots are 4-1 for the Flames at 4.5 minutes. Near miss for Backlund. Flyers cleared out. Weegar breaks up a 2-on-1. Tippett should have shot on that one. Didn't, ended up passing. Pelche's denied on a break. The Flames draw a power play. Kadri fires one wide, and then it becomes a minute and 2 seconds of 4-on-4. Flyers controlled a lot of that 4-on-4 as well. Frost then has a rush chance that's saved. Everything's killed off there. Ersson really becoming the story with all the saves. Denies Huberdeau, and it denied a lot of Flames before that as well. And then at 16:59, Konechny scores from Cates and DeAngelo. So how many times this season have we seen it where one goaltender standing on his head, and then his team ends up scoring even though they've been outplayed? Flames look to respond, but it's 1-0 Philadelphia after one. Second period, early press by the Flames. Backlund has a shot that's held. Anderson then had one that was saved. It's all Flames again, which is not reflected in the score, but really the Flames dominated large swaths of this game. Konechny has a chance that's saved. Frost has one that deflects high. Things get pushy after a hold by Markstrom. What I liked about this was during the players all, getting together and milling about, referee yells, "If I can take one guy, I'm going to." They immediately stopped. This is the thing. All a referee has to do is say, "Look, you guys keep this crap up. I'm taking one guy out. Means somebody's getting a power play. I might grab a guy at random." And they'll stop because they don't want to give their team, a situation where they're in the penalty box and they have to kill a penalty. So it works. Flames draw a power play shortly thereafter. Dubé fires one wide on a break. The Flyers, dangerous shorthanded, and then York exits the box and plays a role in the second goal for Philadelphia. Delorier gets it, fires top corner. York and Lawton with the assists at 7 minutes and 30 seconds. And I've said before of Delorier, he's a better hockey player than he gets credit for. I know it's only his fourth goal of the year, but I think he's a better player. He's known for the fisticuffs. Flames press to answer. Eventually they do. At 8:55, it's Backlund from Gilbert. So that makes it 2-1, and then Huberdeau has a net drive that draws a power play. Huberdeau had a good game. Not that he shows up on the scoreboard today, but I thought he had a decent game. Flyers don't let them set up. Ristolainen has a stick break towards the end of that power play, making it a 5-on-3.5. But it's killed off. The Flyers then rush. Lawton tips one wide, and DeAngelo scores from Konechny at 11:31. So that's 2 goals for Philadelphia right after power plays for Calgary end. So they need to fix that. So that makes it 3-1 for the Flyers. Flames look to answer. Konechny, it looked like it was his shoulder that got hurt. It was a hit by Weegar, and it was a clean hit, but it took Konechny out. And from the way he skated off, the way he was leaning forward, it looked like it was his shoulder. Pressed by the Flyers with 3 minutes left. Backlund's robbed in the closing minutes. Flames press. They get a power play with 51.6 seconds left. And Hanifin has a buzzer beater that's saved. So it's 3-1 Flyers going into the third. But to the Flames' credit, they really pushed this. Third period, it's Pelche with a rush chance that's saved and held. Flyers finish the kill. Backlund fires one wide on a 3-on-2. Anderson's then denied in close. Lucic knocking guys down. And I had to make a mention of this because this is the second or third game in a row where I've seen Lucic just, guys hit him and he doesn't move. Like he is the immovable object out there. It is ridiculous how he is so strong and he's so solid that guys bounce off of him and they get hurt. And he has this reaction like, did something hit me? What was that? And some guys crumpled up against the boards. It's fantastic. I know it's expensive to pay $6 million for that, but still. Update on Konechny showed he was unlikely to return. He didn't. And so we'll see what's going on with Konechny from here. But then Toffoli scores at 4:38 from Dubé and Hanifin. And it was a change up from a sharp angle. I guess Toffoli saw an opening there. He was kind of faking pass too, so Ersson kind of opens up a little bit and it works. Flames look to tie it. Shots are 5-0 Calgary at 6.5 minutes. The Flyers are pinned down, and eventually Mangiapane gets his 13th of the season from Backlund and Hanifin at 8:54. Flyers call a timeout. This is where the coach says, hey, Tortorella's like, hey, you guys got to start playing. It worked. Allison would get a goal. He buries this one in close from Van Riemsdyk at 11:33. The Flames considered looking whether or not it was kicked, but it wasn't kicked. So yeah, Allison puts the Flyers ahead 4-3, and then the Flyers get a power play. Kadri to the box. That was killed off, just the 2 shots, but it takes 2 minutes off the clock. Then there's a post for Coleman on a break. The goalie pull happens with 1:25 seconds left. The Flyers guilty of an icing with 38.1 seconds left, and they had a couple of foibles in that final minute that could have given Calgary a chance, but in the end, the Flyers hold on. They win 4-3. They go to 23, 25, and 10 on the season. Calgary 26, 20, and 11 with the loss. And again, the panic index, panic face there, because I would imagine there's going to be some panic in Flames land because this team doesn't look like they're going to make the playoffs. Shots in this one, 12-10 Calgary in the first, 13-9 Calgary in the second, 11-3 Calgary in the third. Final shots 36-22 for the Flames. Power plays, Philadelphia 0-2. Calgary 0-4, hits 15 apiece. Ersson, 33 saves on 36 shots. Markstrom, 18 saves on 22 shots. And we'll see what they do from here. I don't know why Vladar isn't playing more, but after the last game, there's going to be a lot of discussion about Flames goaltending. And again, this is why when people talk about strength of schedule, I say, another example of strength of schedule. Seattle in against San Jose. San Jose came into today with 5 home wins, the lowest number in the National Hockey League. Yes, Canuck fans, there's somebody with fewer. So it's Jones versus Reimer in this one. Early jump for the Sharks. The Sharks then press at 3 minutes. They had the only shot on net to this point, but Seattle doesn't get anything going early on in this one. Seattle does pick up some momentum, but they can't get a sustained press. So San Jose breaking up passes, keeping them to the outside. Shots are 3-1, though, for the Kraken at 7 minutes, so they're getting a few chances here. Cicek has a rush chance that's held. The Kraken press. Again, they're kept to the outside. Sharks press back. They're also kept to the outside. So both defenses playing well in the first period. We get a power play for Seattle. McCann has a blast that's saved. They cycle. Dunn has a shot that's tipped wide. It's cleared out. A shorthanded Sturm chance is defended by Beniers. That power play's killed off just the one shot. Sprong's then denied. The rebound's held. Kraken press with 5 minutes left. The Sharks, though, they go to a power play. Strong shorthanded board play by Yanni Gourde. And they end up killing that off after the first period. This one's scoreless. Second period, another good start for the Sharks. Seattle, though, draws a power play. They cycle. Couture clears it out. More cycle. Then Sturm clears it out. Sturm deflects a Beniers chance out of play, and they do kill that off. And then there was a post for Gregor right out of the box. You've got to watch the player coming out of the box. You've got to watch after a power play. Donato has a shot that deflects wide. Donato then had a rush chance that was saved on that same shift. Eberle has a chance that's held. The shots are 3-0 Seattle 6 minutes in. Carlson has a net feed that's picked off. Eberle fires one high on a rush. The Sharks held to one shot in the first half of the period, and then the second half of the period happens. So first at 10:45, Couture scores on a face-off win. Nice goal, and it's one of those things. You can catch the goalie napping. Definitely did. Sharks look for another. There was a power play for the Sharks. That's killed off. 2 shots, and then Seattle hands the puck off. I think this was Dunn handed it off to Svechnikov. Svechnikov buries it at 16:08, and he buried his own rebound on that one as well. Sharks almost add another. There's a press by the Kraken, though, with 2.5 minutes left. Then there's a press by the Sharks in the final minute, and then eventually on a rush, San Jose goes up 3-0. It's Gregor from Svechnikov and Carlson at 19:42. So Evgeny Svechnikov playing pretty darn well over the last couple of weeks for San Jose. It's 3-0 in their favor after 2. Third period, early chance for Asamont was blocked. Again, Asamont really prominent with San Jose. Absolutely been great for him getting picked up by San Jose from Winnipeg. Sprong has a shot that's saved and held on a face-off win. Borgen then has a shot that's blocked. The Sharks rush the other way. McCann's denied on a net drive. Gregor has a chance that's saved. Sturm has one then that's held. Shots are 4-3 for the Sharks at 5 minutes, and if Reimer sees it, he saves it. I'm always nervous about putting that on the board because if a goal happens right after against that goaltender, I picture the fan base of that team. How dare you put that on the board? But yeah, if he saw it, he could save it. Asamont has a shot that's held. He's been quite good in this one. McCann couldn't bury one as the Kraken press. There's a kick save undone. More pressure by Seattle. Barabanov was then denied from the slot. Things get punchy after a hold by Reimer. You could see Seattle was getting frustrated. McCann has a sharp angle shot that's held, and then at 16:57, Asamont tips one in. So all that hard work ends up paying off. He gets a goal here. Couture and Carlson with the assists. And it's 4-0, and that's your final. With the win, the Kraken, with the win, San Jose, it's so weird to say San Jose wins, even though I'm wearing their gear, 18, 29, and 11 on the season. With the loss, Seattle 32, 19, and 6 on the season. So this is a tough one for Seattle. Shots in this one, 6-5 Seattle in the first, 9-8 San Jose in the second, 12-9 Seattle in the third. Final shots, 26-23 for Seattle. Power plays, both teams 0 for 2. Hits 24-22 for Seattle. Jones saves 19 out of 23. Reimer saves all 26 shots for his 27th career shutout. So kudos to him for that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.